Hello everyone and welcome to the One Stop Co-op Shop. This is Colin and today we are going to do a playthrough of the Liberation of Rietburg. So this is based off of the land of Andor. If you've played any of the Legends of Andor games, I was not a fan of those, but this game for whatever reason really sings to me, and I think it gives you that same puzzly feel, but you don't have the randomness of the dice and the adventures where once you play it, mostly you know what's going to happen. This game reminds me quite a bit of Final Hour from Arkham Horror, but I think this is superbly implemented compared to that game. You don't have, enemies always moving around and then having them fill up locations. You'll see how it works. It's much cleaner here, and it's all about the puzzle. So this, although it's going to kind of look like an adventure game, it really is all about trying to puzzle out with your limited actions what you can do and try and accomplish the tasks. Because the goal of the game is to complete 4 of these task cards before the narration deck runs out, which is, we're all very familiar with that. If you've played any of the Legends of Andor games, you don't want the narration track to end. For this one, if the narration deck is empty and you need to draw a narration card, you lose the game. I'm going to be showing you a 3-player game. You can play this with 1 to 4 people, but I do think you always have to play with 2 characters at a minimum. Most people have said it's best at a higher player count, so 3 or 4. So I thought I'd give 3 a go. Unfortunately, one of my characters is backwards. There we go. Normally, you would have them in standees. I just have them like this so you can see them since I'm shooting above how my camera is set up. So we're going to set up the game really quick and do the playthrough all in one video. So if you want to just jump into the playthrough, check out the timestamps below. Otherwise, hang out here and let's set this game up. The first thing you'll want to do is choose the characters you're going to play with. I'm going to set up my 3 characters. This first one that we have here is Iera. Each one, which is kind of the fun part, has a little bit of a different setup, just dependent upon what special abilities they have. So Iera is a sorceress, so she has all of these spell tokens that you need to have. There's 6 of them in total, and you can see here on her cards that she has 3 action cards. She'll be able to use these when she decides to use this portion of her card. Now what's cool about this game is each time it's your turn, you only have 2 options. It's either play one of your cards that you have in your hand, or reclaim all the cards that you've played for that and then put them back into your hand. However, each card gives you 3 different options of actions you can take. So she can go ahead and use the top of this card to use 2 of her spell books, or she could use the bottom to be able to move 2 or allow 2 heroes to move to her location. So each card gives you different options, which is kind of fun. So how she will work is whenever she uses a spell, I'll have to flip these over, and then we can no longer use that one until she reclaims her cards back. When she does, she will flip this back over. And the reclaiming the cards is how the game essentially fights back at you. Because whenever you reclaim cards, you're going to draw one of those narration cards. And like I said, if there's no more narration cards when you need to draw, you lose the game. So that's essentially your timer. Our other 2 characters we have is Cram the Dwarf and Thorn the Human. Thorn the Human is one of the ones that they suggest you start with, so he doesn't have anything special. The real big thing that he does is he claims a lot of willpower tokens, and what's nice is those you store and then you can use them to pump up your attack. So if he had stored these 2 from a previous time that he played this card, he can then play this one and add 2 to it, so it'd actually be a 10 attack instead of an 8. Kind of cool. For Crom over here, he has his axe. Now his axe, he can for one time get a +4 to his strength, but then you flip this over. Then the rest of the game, it's only going to give you a +1 until you spend 2 money. If you can spend 2 gold, then you can flip it back over so you get that one-time effect of the 4+. I'll explain all these different symbols while we start playing. As you can see on the board, you always start at location 6. There are 6 locations on the board, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. Next, what you'll want to do is grab your task cards. Give them a real good shuffle, and then you're going to place one in each of those locations. So I told you there's 6 locations. You're going to have a task card in each of those locations. Our goal in the game is to complete 4 out of the 6 of these. If we can do that before the narration deck runs out, we win the game. Next, you want to grab your encounter deck. This encounter deck, you'll also give it a good shuffle and then place out cards face down on each location like so. These encounter cards consist of either enemies or items. Items we can pick up and use throughout the game. Enemies we defeat and put into our trophy pile. If ever one of these locations has no encounter cards at it, we can, as a free action, flip one of these task cards, and we find out what our task is to complete that specific task, and that's, of course, how we win the game. It's free to be able to complete a task. However, you need to make sure that the location has no encounters on them, face up or face down. So let's say we reveal this and we have to do something specific to actually complete it. If we do that in a later turn, but there are now encounter cards on here and no heroes in this location, we can't say it's complete until we've removed those encounters and someone is in this location. We'll place the remainder of these encounter cards up at the top of the board because we will unfortunately be drawing lots more of those. Next, we'll go ahead and grab our 8 friend cards. We'll give those a good shuffle. And then what we can do with these is throughout the game, certain enemies that we defeat will allow us to gain friends, which is really cool because they'll actually go into your hand. There'll be another card that you can play during the game. You'll also want to grab all of your willpower tokens, and then you always want to grab these these quiver tokens, I should say, even if you're not playing with the specific character that uses them, because one of the friends in there will actually use those tokens. So just always pull those out. Finally, what we'll do is we'll go ahead and grab our narration deck. We will reveal equal to the amount of players times 2 of these. So that will be 6 for us because we have 3 players. So I'm going to reveal these 6. Then we're going to place 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10 of these right here, and that's our timer. If all of those are gone and we need to reveal another one, we lose the game. The rest of these you can set aside. There are some ways you can actually add additional narration cards, so don't put it in the box. I'd suggest keeping it out on the table, but just away from you. Let's go ahead and reveal these 6 narration cards. There's lots of different symbology in this game, so when you reveal it, you first have to kind of look at it a little bit to make sure you understand. If it is the first time that you're playing, they do recommend you don't do the red ones. However, I will tell you that the game is very easy then, and it might feel like, I saw a lot of people's comments of game's boring, it's too easy, and they only played the game one time. I recommend if you've played any sort of cooperative game before, play with the red. Okay? Play with the red activations, play with there's also red encounter cards, play with them. It makes the game more challenging and more fun. Okay? Now, if you're looking for a simple game, then you don't have to. But so what we do here is you want to look here and it tells you if where you're going to place encounter cards. So we're going to place 1 face down. You can see that it's face down. 1 face down encounter card at location 1 and 1 face down encounter card at location 5. So that means those locations are now going to have 2 encounter cards, both of which are face down. We'll then move to the next card. And here we have 1 encounter card face up at location 1. So we actually will reveal it. So this one will be a chalk scrawl, and we'll put that into location 1. And then this one is placing 1 encounter card in the location of the character, whoever's turn it is. And right now we're all in the same spot, so I'll just place this in location 6. So that's number 2. We'll do number 3. We have 1 face up in location 3. Let's see what we have. We have a gore, so that's in location 3, and then 1 face down in location 2. And let's see, our number 4, we have 1 face up in location 6, and so there we're going to have a skeleton. Ooh. And then we have 1 face down in location 3. Now you can also read all the flavor text, but it's not really making a story. It's just, it's light flavor text. So I'm not reading it for the playthrough just so I can show you how the game plays. We're going to have 1 face up in location 6, another skeleton, jeez, and another face up one in our location, which is location 6, and that will be a warlock or a wardrak. We have 1 more narration card to go. Yeah, at the beginning it feels kind of overwhelming. We're going to have 1 face up at location 2. So we have, what is this, a Tulgorian cave goblin, and that's in location 2, and 1 face down in location 1. So now you can see, for example, in location 3, we actually have 3 encounter cards we have to get through before we can reveal that task. 1 is face up, but the one on top is actually face down. So we can't fight that one that's underneath until we deal with the one that's on top. Conversely, over here in location 6, look at how many we have. We have 5, including 2 skeletons, a wardrak, yeah, woof, and we have to get a fight of 9 to defeat this guy. But there we have it. That is our setup. Hope you guys are excited. Let's jump in. I think I'm going to go ahead and start off with Thorn, I think, as our first player. Before we start Thorn's turn, I thought I'd go ahead and show you the two enemies that are out on the board. We have our Cave Goblin here that says that after we're victorious in our battle, any player of your choice may pick up one of their already played cards. But we have to deal 8 damage to him to be able to do that. The Wardrak over here has a total of 9 fights, so we have to get 9 or more to defeat him. And it says, after a victorious battle, you may remove one top face down encounter card without looking at it. So we can actually remove that from any other location. Here we have Thorn's 3 cards. Let's talk quick about the different actions. Here we do a fight value of 8, here a fight value of 6, here a fight value of 4, and we gain one of the willpower tokens. I'm assuming that we can even use it for that fight value because you can always, if you have multiple actions, you can do them in any order you choose. So you could gain the willpower token first and then do a fight of 4 or essentially 5. Down here, this one, it's unique to Thorn only. He can actually just defeat or destroy a face down top card from any of the different locations, and you remove it from the board. You don't even look at it. You don't get to see it. You remove it totally from play. You don't put it in your trophy area, and that's important because certain tasks, you need to have certain things in your trophy area, so those don't go there. This, he would just gain 2 willpower tokens, and this one, he'd get to flip over the top 2 encounter cards from one of the locations. And whenever you see these, you can do them in any location. It doesn't have to be at yours. Then on his bottom, he has 1 movement. Now, the movement is kind of cool in this game. First of all, you can move to anywhere you want, so every location is adjacent to each other. But second of all, you can also move other heroes to your location. So if I had a move of 2, I could actually move 2 other heroes to my location. Why that matters is because you can actually do a group combat if you would like to be able to defeat those harder enemies. If you do that, you can ask other characters to play a card, and then, so let's say we used Cram over here. He could play this card and add +5 to an attack for us, but he'd have to play this card. So it's going to happen that sooner he's going to have to reclaim his cards back. But then you can get rid of those harder enemies. Thorn would really like to go and take out that Cave Goblin. He has the 8 attack that he needs to be able to do that, but he needs to get to that location first. So I'm thinking of using either one of these, and I'm thinking I'm going to use this one. I'm going to just simply use this to move 1 location. So I'll remove this from my hand, I'll put it out as if I've played it, and then I'll do my movement of 1. Moving from here to here is perfect because next round I'll be able to do this, and I can even reclaim my own cards, or I can have someone else reclaim a card. Cram has 1 new icon that you haven't seen, and that's this one. And that's his unique ability. He can move any 1 face down top encounter card to any other location, and he doesn't have to be at either one to do it. So I think what I'm going to do with him, this is the first time I've played him, and so I have no idea if this is a good idea or a bad idea, but I'm going to go ahead and use my axe right away. We have 6 attack here, or do I want to, yeah, let's do this one. 6 attack here, add this +4, so we're going to flip this over. We're doing a total of 10 attack. We can attack this Wardrak that's in our current location. We will go ahead and defeat it because it only needed a 9. We're going to place this into our trophy area. Our trophy area has 3 different rows of cards. One is just going to have all the regular monsters. There's going to be another row of cards that actually have a coin value at the top because that's how, let's see if I can find one. For an example, this card. When we defeat this card, we'll actually place this in our coin area, and we can use that, for an example, on this. And if we had 2 coins, we could flip this back over to the +4. Our third row in our trophies are all the floggers. We have to keep track of these because there's a specific task that we need to defeat 4 of these, and so that way it's easy to tell if we have. So I'll place this Wardrak in our trophy area, but I do get to do the effect. After a victorious battle, you may remove 1 top face-down encounter card without looking at it. So we can do that from any location. We have lots of face-down encounter cards on top, but if you look up here, this one only has 1. Let's go ahead and remove that, and you remove these from the actual game. They do not go back into this deck, because if this deck does run out, we lose the game. So you don't put them back in there, just remove them completely. But now if someone goes here, we can do a free action, and a free action would be to flip over this specific task card. The final part of this card is we get to flip over 1 top encounter card that's face down. Let's see here. This location 5 only has 2 cards. This location 3 has 3. And this location over here has 4. Wow. Let's go ahead and do this one. So we're going to flip it over. Oh, we have a Skrull Shaman. We need 10 total to defeat this guy. After we have a battle and we defeat him, you may move one top face-up creature to a location where a hero is standing. Huh, interesting. I do also want to show you this skeleton, because this skeleton is gross. It is after a victorious battle, you must remove one card with a gold symbol from the trophy gallery. Otherwise, you cannot defeat the skeleton warrior. So we literally can't take him out until we get 1 gold in our trophy area, which normally I'd actually like to use to do certain things, and I won't even be able to because of that blasted skeleton. I mean, that's if I decide to try and clear out this area at least. Our final hero to go is Iera. She has 2 new symbols. This one here, this is pretty cool. She can actually reveal a face-down task card at any location, even if there's encounter cards on top of it. Awesome. And she has this one, which allows her to reclaim any one of her cards that she has already played. Or she can also allow any of the other heroes to do that as well. So she could play this now and let either Cram or Thorn take one of the cards that they've played and put it back in their hand. Love that. I also have never played with her either, so yeah, I'm giving it a shot. I want to mention one thing. You can see here that this spellbook is green. That's because this is a ranged attack. She can actually use this green 3 even if she's not in the location, so she can attack something anywhere with that, which is pretty cool. I currently feel like our location is hammered with encounter cards, so let's go ahead and try this to start off. We're going to reveal that task card underneath and see if it's something we even want to try. Because remember, we only have to do 4 out of the 6 of these, so if it's a really bad task, we can just kind of ignore it. So we'll do that middle action. And we wouldn't technically have to be at this location to do that, we just happen to be here. So let's flip this over, and we have Shran, the son of Hark. You must defeat him. Oh, he's an enemy. His strength equals the number of creatures in your trophy gallery. So right now we only have 1 creature, so he's only a 1 to defeat him. Oh, man. He's underneath all these encounter cards. Because that would actually be a pretty good one to do. We'll now move to Thorn, and we know what we're going to do. We're going to attack for 8. That's going to allow us to defeat this Telgorian Cave Goblin. After a victorious battle, any player of your choice may pick up any one already played card. He's going to go ahead and allow Iera to pick up her card and put that back into her hand. Sweet. And we're going to have to place this. This is our second monster in our trophy area. Cram is next, and I want to go to that location 4 and reveal that task card because we can do that as a free action. I haven't talked about all the free actions. Let's actually do that quick. As a free action, we can pick up an object that's at a location. We haven't seen that yet. We can also pass friends and objects to another hero that's in our same location. We can do that for free. If there is a face-down task card with no encounter cards on it, we can flip that one up for free, and we can also complete a face-up task card for free. So we're going to go ahead and do this 1 movement and then also gain 1 willpower token. That can be used in future rounds to power up our attacks. We'll move from over here over to location 4, and then for free, we'll flip this over. We have the Mahuri. You must defeat him. His strength equals the combat strength of all top face-up creature cards at the 6 locations. So he currently, with the Skrull Shaman and the Skeleton Warrior, is an 11. With that flip, I think Iera is going to go ahead and play her 2 movement. This means that she can move herself, or she can move 2 heroes to her location, or a combination thereof. She's going to move from location 6 over here to location 4 for her first movement, and then she's going to pull Thorn over here with her. So we're all 3 there. We should be able to take out this Miori no problem. Moving to Thorn's turn, Thorn is going to go ahead and do an attack, but he's going to ask if any of his comrades, since we're at the same location, will assist him in taking out this Miori, because the Miori is a total of an 11. We're going to have Iora help him. Iora can play one of her spell books. She'll add her 5. She has a 5 might here. 5 plus the 6 is 11. Beautiful. Now she has to flip this over. She can't use this 5 again until she reclaims cards. But we now have our first task is already completed. The Miora is defeated. Based on where Cram is on the board, I think the only thing he can really do is a movement and then flip over 1 face down encounter card. Looking at the cards we have left, we have 3 here. We only have 2 here, and we have way more than 3. We have 4 here. So let's go ahead and have him move to this location with only 2, and then he'll reveal this one. Oh, we have another Wardrak. And this one also, we can destroy an encounter card without looking at it if it's face down on top of a stack. Well, very soon we're going to be drawing 3 narration cards because Eora is going to play her last card and then everyone has no cards in hand. Yeah, I haven't found any friends yet, so I think this just seems like such a great ability to be able to look at a task card at the bottom of a stack. Let's go ahead and do that for our action. We're going to choose location 1 since there's so many encounter cards here. And we have Drain, King of the Floggers. Oh, here we go. You must remove 4 floggers from your trophy gallery. So we have to have defeated 4 floggers in order to complete this task. As you can see, both Thorn and Cram have no cards in their hand. And Eora just used her last one. So we're all going to reclaim our cards for our next 3 actions. But you know what that means. We're drawing 3 narration cards. There's only 10 of these, so it goes quick. Our first one, we'll get 1 face-up card in location 3. So our face-up card will be a Skrull, and that's in location 3. And then we get 1 face-down card at location 5. Oh, that's going to block that Skrull Shaman. That's our first one. Then our second one, this is Cram's turn. We have 1 face-up card in location 5. So we're going to get, oh, it's an item, the Hadrayan Mirror. In exchange for 1 gold, you may exchange a face-up task card of your choice for 1 from the supply pile, which is immediately turned over. That's kind of cool, but we haven't found any gold. And then 1 face down in location 4, which is great because we've already completed that task, so who really cares? And then our third one, we have 2 face-up in location 6. That's where that skeleton warrior is. So our first one is going to be a flogger. Remember, we need to defeat those 4 floggers if we want to complete that task. And we have a troll. Now here's our first one. If we defeat this troll, we receive a friend card. That's how we receive friend cards. So we might want to do that. And then 1 face down 1 in location 4. We're back to Thorn's turn. Thorn is over here. You can see now we've got our troll. Look at how many enemies, our encounter cards are over here. Oh my gosh, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 of them. And on this one, we have 1, 2, 3, 4. Yeah, this is going to be fun. I think the first card we're going to play as Thorn is we're going to play this one. And we're just going to discard 1 face down top encounter card. That's a special that he can do. Not many can do that. Let's do it. We're going to destroy this one right here. We don't even get to look at it. We just destroy it. Cram is going to fight the Wardrak that's in his location. He's going to use his 5 plus the 1. That still gives him +1, so that's 6. That's just what we need to defeat the Wardrak. We'll put that in our trophy. That's our 3rd enemy that we've defeated. And then with that Wardrak, I shouldn't discard it, we are able to remove 1 top face down encounter card without looking at it. Since we did this in location 2, let's go ahead and destroy this one. And what's great about doing that is now, for a free action, we can reveal this task card. We have here the Drunken Troll. You must collectively have 3 friends. We don't have any friends, but that means that troll is even more appealing because that will get us 1 of our 3 friends. We're back to Eora's turn, and remember, she did a reclaim, so she does get her 5 fight back. So I think what we're going to do is we're going to play this card. But we're going to play it using our spellbooks. The spellbook we're going to use is our 1 movement and our 1 flip over a card, face down, black card. Remember that we can do actions in any order. So I will move over here. I will then for free pick up this Hadrayan Mirror. Now we can't use it because we don't have any gold yet, but the nice thing is it's another card in our hand that if we are able to play, that would take us a turn to play it in action so we can last longer, which is pretty nice. We'll also then flip over this card. Ooh, and we have a Chalk Skrull. After a victorious battle, we receive 1 gold. Oh, and it's only a 5. Thorn would be able to take out that Chalk Skrull, no problem. However, he has to move there first. So I think what I'm going to do this time is I'm going to play this card just for 2 willpower. We're going to store up some additional attack because I also want to think about that troll. And hopefully, using this, we can power up one of our attacks and be able to do a ton of damage to that troll. Cram is going to go ahead and play just his 2 movement. He's going to move himself to that troll, and he's going to pull Cram to him. I want a friend. I want a friend. So we're going to move ourselves here. Hopefully next time we can take out that troll. Iera is next. She's just going to use her 1 spellbook power here, and she's going to use her 5 attack, because she's just going to kill that chalk scroll. And this means it's our 4th enemy that we've defeated, but it also is our first gold that we can use. Thorn and Cram are in the same location, so Thorn is going to ask Cram to help him to attack that troll. We need a total of 12 might to do so. We've got 4, plus we'll gain this 1 willpower, so let's gain the willpower first. We've got 4, 5, 6, and then we have 4, 5, and then we'll use this 1 willpower for 6. 6 plus 6 is a total of 12. 12 means we defeated this troll, and we'll gain 1 friend. We'll draw the top friend card, and we have Ganda, the Guardian of the Watchful Woods. You get 1 willpower point or 1 quiver. Quiver is for another one of the heroes that we're not playing with. Now we can choose which hero we want to put this into their hand. First of all, both of these cards have been played. So normally it goes to whoever's turn it is, but remember, for a free action, we can always give it to someone. I'm going to go ahead and give it to Cram, because then that way, during Cram's turn, he can use this. He can use his friend here instead of having to do the reclaim action. And that's exactly what he's going to do. So he'll play this card and simply gain 1 willpower. Sweet. And so you can see this game is all about manipulating when you have to draw that narration card, because that narration card not only advances the game, but it's also adding more enemies. So the longer you don't have to do that, the happier you are. Speaking of which, I'm going to go ahead and have Iora go next, and we're just going to use her card that we're going to have Thorn go ahead and reclaim 1 card, so that way he can do something. The card that he's going to reclaim is this one, because it will give him a fight of 4 and another willpower. He's then going to use that right now, gain that 1 willpower, and then attack the creature that is at his location. Flogger's strength is equal to the amount of face-up cards that are out on the board right now. We have 1 Flogger, we still have this Shaman Scrawl, and we have the regular Scrawl over here, so that's 3. We had a strength of 4, that's why we could defeat it. I'm going to place him in a 3rd pile now, because remember, if we can defeat 4 of these guys, we can complete that Irain King of, what's his name? The King of the Floggers. If we complete 4 of those and go to that location when there's no encounters there, we can complete that task. Now though, Cram has no cards in hand, so he's going to have to reclaim them, but that means we have to flip over another narration card. And we have 1 that's going to go into location 3, face up. That's going to go on top of that scroll. We have another Flogger. Hey, that's our 2nd one. And then we have 1 that's face up in our current location. That's location 6. Well, I didn't want to deal with that skeleton warrior anyways. And that's another troll. That's actually awesome. Remember, if we can get 3 friends together, then we actually can complete the drunken troll. Now, one of the ways you can adjust the difficulty of this game is if you have a card that's like a friend or as an item, and you don't want to do the ability that's on there, you can just say that you play the card and you don't do anything that turn. The advantage of doing that, right, is you're spending another round not revealing a narration card. I like playing where you have to either do the effect or you can't play the card. So I am going to pay for this. I'm going to pay the 1 gold. That means this Chalk Scrawl that we defeated before, which was for 1 gold, we're going to remove this from the game. But this means in exchange for that 1 gold, you may exchange a face-up task card of your choice from one of these supply, which is immediately turned over. So I'm going to go ahead and put this one out, and I believe the blue effect will still take an effect, which says reveal 1 task card of your choice. And then in order to complete this, we must have turned over all of our task cards. This does mean now that this item, as you can see it has a 1x, is now removed. We'll put it in our trophy area, so we can't use this again. The one that I'm going to remove is this one over here with the floggers. You never know. I might be eliminating floggers and I don't know about it. And, you know, what's the chance that I'm going to get all 4 out? So I'll go ahead and place that one here. But in order to actually have that one and be able to complete it, I do also have to get rid of all 4 of these encounter cards. I don't know how likely that is. From how I understand that card, though, I do still get to reveal another task card. So let's reveal this one in location 3. This one says, you must pay for encounter cards in the throne room, that's location 1, 1 gold for each face-up creature card, and 2 gold for each face-down encounter card. If we can do that here, we'd complete this one. Wow. Yeah, we need a lot of gold. Thorn currently does not have any cards in his hand, so he's going to have to do the reclaim action. He's going to have to draw a narrator card, and just so you know, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. We have 6 left. We'll have 5 left after this. We're going to place one face down in location 1. That's just great. And this is terrible. One face up in location 1. We were hoping to take out that troll, but instead we're going to have, and another flogger. Now we have 3 floggers that we have out. We probably could have finished that one. Cram is next. He's at the same location as Thorn. So let's go ahead and just do the 4 plus the 1 from our battle axe, which is 5. That should be able to take out this flogger because we only have another flogger out and this Skrull Shaman that's out as face-up cards. So his value, his fight value is 3. He then will give us the ability to turn one face down and counter card face up. Let's do the one here. Let's see what we get. We get our 3rd troll. That actually is awesome. If we can defeat this troll and this troll, we'll have our 3 friends and we'll have our 2nd task completed. However, Eora is going to have to draw another narrator card because she has no cards in hand. She will ready all of her spells though, which is nice at least. But yeah, bummer. We're going to put one face down in location 2 and one face down in location 3. For Thorn's turn, I think we're just simply going to move him because I have a plan. Let's see if this works. We're going to move Thorn up here to this troll because he'll be able to take care of this troll on his own. Cram then is going to go ahead and play this card for 6 plus 1 is 7 and use his 1 willpower for 8. He's going to ask Eora to play 1 card. She's simply going to play this card that lets her use 1 spell card. Her 1 spell she's going to use is her range of 3. 6 plus 1 is 7, plus that 1 willpower is 8, plus 3, these 3, 9, 10, 11. She just got it, so we defeated this troll. Beautiful. So this troll is gone. That then is going to allow us to draw another familiar friend. And right now that will have to go into Cram's hand because he's the only one in that location. But he can always give this to someone else later. Oh, I should read you what it is. This one is Veast the Archer, and it says, you may turn over 1 quiver. Veast can fight with this battle strength this turn. Yeah, this is the one that you need the quiver for. We also need to remember that we can flip over any 1 encounter card, and I need to discard this. Let's flip over this one at the Drunken Troll, because it looks like I'm trying to get it done. It's another troll. Oh my gosh, lots of trolls. There's only one more task that's not flip face up, so let's go ahead and have Eora use her ability here to flip that one face up. Coincidentally, that's the one at her location, and we have the Black Herald. You must already have completed 3 other tasks, and at least 1 location must have no encounters. Okay, so we'll put that here. Actually, well, we're not going to be able to complete that for a while. We have 1 task done, but we could have that be our final task. Thorn will go ahead and just play his 8 attack then, adding 1 willpower for 9. That's going to take out the troll here, and then he gets to draw a friend, and he gets the Granolan the Bard. You may turn over the top encounter card at any location. That's kind of cool. For Cram this round, I think the only thing we can really do, we're going to do this and give ourselves 1 willpower. We're going to use our friend. Eora is going to go ahead and allow Thorn to reclaim 1 card. He's going to reclaim his 8 attack. That way he can take out that troll at the location where we can then complete our 2nd task. The only sad part about that is we're not going to be able to do that this round. We're going to have to use this card to simply move 1 location. We'll move from here down to here. Cram is going to go ahead and use this card. He's going to use this ability. He's going to pull the encounter card in location 1 over to location 6, because I can guarantee you we're not going to complete location 6. This means we have 1 less encounter card to deal with over here if we want to complete this task. We still have 3 here though. Eora has no cards in hand, so she's going to have to reclaim. We're running out of turns real fast. So we will have 1 face up encounter at location 4. That is the location that we've already completed our task. Oh, we have a wineskin. You may perform up to 4 moves. Holy moly. And then we'll have 1 face down one in her current location. Don't forget, that also means the 1 spell that we've used, we'll go ahead and flip that back face up. Thorn's going to have a pretty productive turn. He's going to go ahead and use his 8 attack, adding 1 willpower. That's going to kill the troll that's at this location. He will then gain 1 more friend. He's got lots of friends. He's got Jareed. You may move any 1 hero to a location of your choice. That's kind of cool. For a free action then, we can complete our 2nd task. We have a total of 4 friends, not 3. There's no encounter cards here, so we can remove that. We are 2 down, 2 to go. Cram does have one card remaining in his hand. However, our top card is a face-down card. We can't fight it. So from how I understand it, I can't just play this. Now, I could say, if I was playing on an easier difficulty, that I just simply played it and we can move to the next player's turn. I'm not going to play that way. We have to reveal a narration card. And we're going to have to place 2 face-down cards in the location 2, but we did just complete... we just completed that task, so that's fine. And 1 face-down location or encounter card in location 3. Eora, for this turn, is going to go ahead and use her movement of 2. We're going to go ahead and pick up that wineskin and then end in location 1 because we should be able to take out that chalk scrawl no problem. We'll do movement 1 to move here. We'll grab that wineskin. And the greatest thing about the wineskin is it gives us another round before we have to draw a narration card. And then we'll move over here to the chalk scrawl. Thorn has 2 friends left. I think he's going to play the Grenolin the Bard. You may turn over the top encounter card at any location. At this point, the 2 tasks I'm going to try and complete is the one here and the one here. I've got 3 here. I'm going to go ahead and flip this one over. This is a Gorlot. Oh, it's a 7 though. But we get 1 gold and we get 1 free move if we kill it. Cram has a pretty full hand. I think what he's going to do is actually play this card so that he can get the 2 movement. He's going to move over to where that Gorlot is and also pull over Thorn as well. We'll bring both heroes over to here, and that's great because remember, that's what we're trying to get through, and this one's the one we're trying to get through. Eora is going to go ahead and play this card. This is going to allow her to do 2 spells. The 2 spells we're going to play are our 5 attack, so we can kill that chalk scrawl. And then we're going to go ahead and play this one, so we can flip over 1 face down encounter top card. 5 damage will be enough to take him out, and it gives us 1 gold because of that, which is great. And then we can reveal this encounter card. And we have another troll. My goodness, how many trolls are we going to find? For Thorn's turn, we're going to play Jareed. We're going to have Eora come over to our same location, since we can move any hero to any location. I kind of want to keep her here, but at this point I just need to keep playing cards so I don't draw these last 2. Cram is going to try and take out this Garlot that's in his location. He has 5 plus 1 from his axe for 6, and then the 1 remaining willpower for 7. It's exactly what we need. We're going to gain our 2nd gold, and we get 1 free move. We're also going to spend the 2 gold that we have here to ready our axe. We now get our plus 4 back. That will allow us to move back over to where this troll is. Maybe we can take him out on our own. We'll see. For Yera's turn, let's go ahead and use our wineskin here. We will put this in our trophy area, and we can perform up to 4 moves. We're going to move all around and then end ourselves right here with Cram. Thorn has no cards in hand, so that means we're going to have to draw our 2nd to last narration card. We're going to put 1 face down encounter card in location 6, good because I'm not dealing with that, and 1 in face down in location 2. Cram is currently at a location with a troll. We're going to go ahead and ask Eora, who's at our location, to work with us. We're going to do 4 plus 1, which is 5, plus 4 more, which is 9, and she's going to go ahead and use her final card and add 1 for her spell. That's a total of 10. It's exactly what we need to be able to defeat the troll that's at our location. Yeah, so that lasted long. We spent 2 gold and immediately used it, but our troll is toast, and the nice thing is we are going to gain another friend, and I can give this friend to Eora, as long as we can use it. We have Lifornis, Sorcerer of Fire. You may take the top 2 encounter cards from any location, turn both over at once, and then return them to that location. She can totally use that. We're now at Eora's turn. She only has this Sorceress in her hand. The question is, can she reveal this one? I don't know. There's only 1 card there, and it says you need to look at the top 2. So I'm going to say she can't to make this harder. Let's go ahead and just flip the top 2 here. We'll flip them both over, and then we'll put them back. Oh, we have a cave goblin that could allow us to get a card back. I'll reclaim it. I think then for Thorn's turn, he's going to use his Bard, and he's going to turn over the top card at any location. He's going to choose the location 1 where we have Cram and we have Eora. and we get a Garlot. Oh, a simple, easy Garlot. Beautiful. For Cram's turn then, he's going to use Vist. He's going to turn over one of the top quiver tokens, and he can use that for his fight value. Here we have our quiver tokens. Let's grab this one. It's a 7. Beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. At a 7, we can defeat that Garlot of 4. This will let us collect 1 coin, and we get 1 free move. But before we get that free move, since we have turned over all of our task cards, this is our 3rd task that's complete. We only need 1 more. With that 1 free move, let's go ahead and move over here. Unfortunately, Eora has no cards in her hand. That means we draw this narrator card. And we have to place 1 face down in location 4, which that doesn't matter, and 1 in her location. Good thing we completed that, and we have the Brother Shield. In exchange for 1 gold, you may fight a creature at any location with 10 strength. That is awesome. She can pick that up her next turn. Thorn is going to try and get himself ready. He's going to discard this card to gain 2 willpower points. I don't know. Well, I guess we'll find out. We'll see if this helps. Then we're going to move to Cram's turn. Cram only has 1 card. He's going to use this one and simply gain 1 willpower. If we get back to his turn, we lose the game. That actually isn't true. We have Eora here. She can let him reclaim one of his used cards. He's going to reclaim this one. That means we can have another turn. Also, because she's at a location with an item, she can pick this one up for free. Thorn will then go ahead and use his 8 attack here, plus the 2 willpower that he has here for a total of 10. He's going to finally defeat this Skrull Shaman. How long has this been here? I don't even know. We're not even going to use the ability because it's not going to matter. It's not going to help us. The big thing is we defeated that enemy. There's no longer, well, there's still 1 encounter card there though. We only have 1 more card here. If we can reveal this and defeat it, and then be able to, for a free action, complete this task, because we have 3 other tasks done and we have another empty location, we can actually win this game. This is coming down to the wire. Cram can go ahead and simply use this card right here. This will allow us to flip this face up. If this is an enemy that is at a 10 or less, we can totally use the Brother Shield by Eora, kill it, and then during Thorn's turn, win the game. And it's an 11. After, oh, are you serious? It's an 11. Can she do something to get 11 total damage? Well, it had to gosh darn be 11. My goodness gracious. I think we can still do this. We'll get 1 move and gain 1 willpower for this card. So we'll gain our willpower and we'll move ourselves to the same location. That means that Thorn has to defeat this enemy, and I think he can do it. He's going to have to ask Eora for help. He's going to play this, which is essentially a 5, 4 and the 1 willpower. She will then get to play 1 card. She can play this one to get 2 spells. So that's 5 plus another 5 and another 1 is 6. So 5 plus 6 is 11. That will take out the fur. Oh my gosh. And then with that, if we look here, this says you must already have completed 3 other tasks, check, and at least 1 other, well, I guess it says 1 location must have no encounter cards. I'd assume that the location that we're at having no encounter cards would work. So that just means that we won by the skin of our teeth. If we had moved to Cram's turn, he had no cards in his hand, so we would have automatically lost. So literally the last action of the game allowed us to win. See, I love this. I feel like this game is great. I feel like it's tense every time I've played it. I've played it now 4 times, and I've won 2 times and lost 2. And every single time it's come down to that last 2 or 3 actions, every single time. So I would not look at BGG's rating. I think people played this on easy and then didn't even try it. If you really get into this, and if you like puzzles where things are moving around and you're trying to make those best optimal choices of what cards to play, and you're okay with a little bit of randomness because you don't know which cards are going to come up, but you don't have any dice here, so you know exactly what damage you're going to do, you know exactly what things you can do, and you have lots of opportunities to cooperate. Oh, this is an amazing cooperative game. I really, really loved it. Yeah, it's not a top 10, I don't think, because I think I need more than just 6 heroes, and I would like to see more encounter cards, but this is definitely one I'm keeping for a long time because it's quick. You can pull it out. You can play it with lots of different people. My 6-year-old played this game with me, and he understood it. He got a little bit bored when I was playing with 3 people just because it took whiles for his turn to come up because you do have to cooperate so much. So I would probably put this more at least 8 or 9 before you really start playing with kids. But my son could understand this. So anyways, okay, sorry, I'm gushing about it. I just am really impressed with it. So I hope I hope the playthrough showed that. I hope that this was $20. I got this for $20. Totally worth $20 to me. Thank you all so much for watching. I will catch you at the next stop.